up and I need to fix my lamp. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Sunny. If you're new here, hey, and thanks for stopping here. If you don't know me, my name is Sunny. I don't know, I think I want to change my intro because every time I say, hey y'all, it's your girl Sunny, and then I'm like, hey y'all, if you're new here, my name is Sunny. Like, I just didn't tell you my name is Sunny, but I don't know, I'm working on it. It's just, I don't know, it's a habit at this point. But I hope you like me enough to stay until the end. So definitely, if you do like me enough before you leave, definitely hit that subscribe button. It would help me out a lot. I would really appreciate it. So yeah, thank you so much for watching as always. Today I wanted to do I wanted to talk about being a college dropout. I hate saying that word so much because in my head I don't like to think of it as, it just has such a negative connotation to it, so I like to avoid saying dropout. I think the way I want to do this is talk about my experience in college just a little bit, and also what led me to not go back, just the whole little process. So, and I also wanted to talk about how you know when God is, well, basically how to, you know, figure out your calling, how to go after your purpose and your passion, how to just, you know, start doing what you want to do and what God is telling you to do, and how I did it in my little journey. So yeah, let's just get right into it. For those of you who do not know, I do not go to college anymore. Well, I am not in college anymore. I hate saying it because I absolutely love school. I really value education. I really wanted to go to school and get my bachelor's degree, but unfortunately I got pulled in a different direction. And this is where I am now, making YouTube videos and working a full-time job. But I'm loving it. I'm enjoying the process. So I just want to talk a little bit about how I got here and why I don't go to college anymore. But I first want to go ahead and say I went to Winthrop University in Rock Hill, South Carolina. For those of you who do not know, shout out to my Eagles. I really miss Winthrop so much. But freshman year, I went in there thinking I was going to get my degree. I had a scholarship. I was making good grades, all that. I made friends. I don't know, it's been so long ago. It's crazy to say, but I think it's been about, I don't know if it's been 2 or 3 years since my freshman year of college. I don't know, I don't remember. I went to college in 2017. It's 2018? No, it's 2016. Yeah, I went to college in 2016. Okay, so a good 2 years ago, I got there. I was excited for college, nervous. I didn't know what to expect. But I also wanted to say I am a first generation. Well, I guess I have to say, I was a first generation college student. I was the first person in my family to go to college. And that was honestly a really big burden on me because I just felt like I have to do this for my family. I have to set an example. I have to, you know, break generational curses. I don't know. Basically, I just had the burden of pleasing other people instead of pleasing myself, and working for myself and accomplishing goals because I wanted a better life for myself. I wanted to defeat the odds of, I don't know. I wanted to give my cousins someone to look up to, a positive example, and just show them that, you know, it is possible to, you know, make a change in the family and graduate from college, get your education, get a good career, get a good job, be smart, and just make it, you know what I'm saying? So going into college, I really pressured myself and was hard on myself if I didn't make a good grade, if, you know, I was failing. Just so you guys know, I did fail one class in college. It was the hardest class. I took it twice and failed both times. And it was my math class. I can't remember what it was. I want to say it was calculus. I don't remember. But I failed it twice. And what's crazy is I'm so good at math, and like, it's my favorite subject. So I think it was just more so my teacher though, because a lot of people in that class failed as well. And they're like, this teacher is a horrible teacher. And I got her twice, the first semester and the second semester. So I was pissed. I walked in the class like, is this really my teacher again? Like, my whole point in taking the class again was to not get her and switch teachers and start over and try again. But no, I don't even know why I said all that, but yeah. So I was hard on myself. I also had like a little I guess you could say, boo-thing in college. So that was really distracting me. I made friends, I had anxiety. Just a whole bunch of factors led into me dropping out of college, and I didn't know I was gonna drop out. I was just honestly taking a year off because towards the end of college, the second semester, I went through something really, really life-changing, and it was just God speaking to me and teaching me a lesson. So I don't want to get deep into it because it's personal to me. Only my mom knows. Shout out to my rock and my road dog. Thank you for having my back, and thank you for always giving me the best advice. But yeah, I went through something that was it was kind of traumatic for me, honestly. It just made me do a 360. It made me reevaluate my life, and I was like, okay, I have been talking to my friends about it, like, y'all, I failed a class. College is harder than I thought it was gonna be. And they always try to convince me to just stay and stick it out. And they were like, and I kind of talked to them about it enough to the point where they were like, okay, I think Sunny's being for real. Like, she really gonna take a semester off. And they really were trying to convince me to stay, but for some reason I just felt like God leading me to take a semester off and just, you know, get myself together. My anxiety was so freaking out the roof in college. Like, I remember one time I called my mom before I had to present in class. I have a terrible, terrible, terrible fear of speaking in front of people. Like, it's so bad. I like shake real bad. My voice, my throat tightens up. Honestly, I get like tunnel vision. Like, I cannot function. It got so bad to the point where one day I called my mom before I was going into that first class. I was like, Ma, I gotta present, and I don't think I can do it. I might just have to take the 0. Like, I really legitimately cannot do it. She's like, son, oh my gosh, I cannot believe you right now. She was like, you got it, you can do it. Just think about everybody being naked. And she was just like, you know, encouraging me and giving me advice. And cause my mom, she went through it too. I think she passed that on to me. Thanks a lot. But she was just like, you know, trying to calm me down or whatever. I had a full-on panic attack before I went into the class. I was like, Mom, I cannot go in here and present. But I prayed about it. My mom prayed with me on the phone. And when I went into the class, I freaking nailed the freaking presentation. Like, I did so good. I went up there for some reason, like, I don't know, God just had me. He was like, Sunny, what are you worried about? Like, you got it. You practiced over the presentation the night before. You know exactly what you're talking about. You studied it. So, but I did so good, and I was so proud of myself. I got an A on the presentation, and he was like, to be the first one to do the presentation, you did so good. That was like the first time I ever got in front of the classroom and like did not freak out. But later on in the semester, like the second semester, I flunked out on so many presentations. Like, for some reason my anxiety, you know, like I said before, got progressively worse. Like, in college, I would have rather taken a 0 than to do a presentation. That's how scared I was. So my anxiety got worse. I wasn't as focused as I should be. Like, I always got my work done and stuff, but I just wasn't as focused as I should be. And like I said before, I love school. I really value education. And what was conflicting me the most was the fact that I wanted to get my degree so bad because it's always been a dream of mine. I always knew for a fact I was going to college. I was very conflicted between staying and leaving for my mental and spiritual health. So yeah, I just sat my friends down one day and I was like, y'all, I don't think I'm gonna come back next semester. And they were so sad, but eventually, and I also talked to my mom about it, and she was like, no, son, you just stick it out. Once you take a semester off or a year off, you never go back. And I never believed it. I was like, Mom, I'm gonna go back to school, because that's what I knew I wanted to do. And I just felt God leading me to do that, and I just really felt it heavy on my heart. So I knew I wanted to do it. I was gonna do it. I was gonna take a semester off regardless of what anybody said. So in the summer, I really was like thinking about it. At the same time, I was working on myself and just, you know, praying, fasting. I really went through a lot that summer. Like, I was talking to a dude that I had been talking to for like 2 years. I don't know if it was 2 years, but the very end of my senior year. Oh, okay, so it was like a year we had been talking, and I was going through stuff with him. Not going through stuff in a bad way, but like I was dealing with him. I was also trying to work on myself and focus on myself, and I realized I could not, you know, focus on a dude that doesn't do much for me and focus on my spiritual health. So I had to end it with him. I had to talk to my mom and convince my mom, like, just let me take a semester off, please. I know if I cannot go back to school right now, I'm in a really bad place. I wasn't so much depressed, but I was like getting there, and I was just really, 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 really anxious all the time. So my mom let me take a semester off, and as you can see it, I ended up not going back, but this is when I get into the whole purpose and calling thing. If you're struggling with your calling and your purpose and you're conflicted between two things, so if you feel God talking to you and you feel led to do something, definitely just go for it. He's not telling you to do it for no reason. God has a purpose for everything, even though you don't quite understand or know why he's pulling you in that direction. Even if you're scared, even if you're anxious about it, or even if you don't have any faith, you have to have faith and trust him. Walk in his path. Like, your steps are ordered from day one. Like, your life is written, and so once you follow God, he just like directs you step by step. So, and also, just to throw this in here, I also knew for a long time I wanted to be a YouTuber. So I would also talk to my friends about that. Like, when I was like going back to me having a conversation with them, letting them know that I wanted to take a semester off, I was also telling them, like, y'all, I think I also want to start a YouTube channel. So this semester off, I want to work on my spiritual health and my mental health, and also start my YouTube channel and just make it take off. Big dreams I had. I told them all of that. So what was I saying? Oh yeah, back to that. So what was I saying? So when you feel God leading you to do something, just do it and trust him, because God really rewards obedience to him. And he rewards, you having faith in him, and you gain favor and grace and mercy from him by doing so. You will have joy, you will have peace, knowing that you're walking with him and you're going in the right direction. You'll know what the calling on your life is, and you'll know that it's coming from God when it's constantly like tugging at you. And and it was like he was almost pulling me out of darkness. So like, I knew for a fact, like, everything that I was trying to do to get away from school was like, it was all like positive things. Like, I wanted to leave for my spiritual health, for my mental health, to work on a passion of mine, which was create videos and talk about my life and put myself out there, basically. So like, all three of those things were in my head. It was like a good thing. Like, why what's so wrong about taking a semester off if it's for the best for me, for my health? So I really didn't see the problem with it, honestly, after a while, even though I still felt the urge and the need to stick to college, because like I said, for my family, to prove people. That's really why I really wanted to finish college. But I felt more strongly about the whole YouTube thing and my blog and working on my spiritual journey. So that's how I knew it was from God, because he was telling me to work on myself. Like, he was like reaching out to me like, daughter, I see you hurting, I see you going through stuff, just come to me and put all your burdens on me, lay it all on me, just give it to me, and I will lead you in the right direction that you want to go into. I can give you your heart's desires. And he did just that. Basically, the point of this video was for me to encourage you to just do what God is telling you to do, basically, and not have any regret about it. You don't need anybody's permission. Stop looking for approval. You don't need societies. You don't need to post on social media and ask people, hey, should I do this? I see a lot of people doing that. I remember I saw this one girl post a poll, and it was like, should I go to college? And it was like, yes or no. Girl, talk to God about that. Like, why are you asking social media? You don't need anybody's permission. You don't need anybody's approval. If you feel something heavy on your heart and you know for sure it's what you want to do, just do it, because it's probably coming from God. So yeah, during that summer, I really focused on reading the word, getting back in touch with God, finding myself. It was just a whole entire spiritual turnaround, 360. In college, I always prayed every night. I prayed every morning. I prayed, when I was going through something, but I wasn't constantly talking to God. I wasn't seeking him. So in the summer, I began to do that. But I slowly, started waking up with joy. I had made my first YouTube video. Now it's deleted because I was not satisfied by it. But if I had finally posted, I didn't tell anyone about it, but I finally had the leap of faith to do it. So I just took a leap and jumped in that thing. And yeah, I really enjoyed it. After I made and edited and posted my first video, I honestly felt such a big weight go off my shoulder, and I was so happy. I truly enjoyed it. I knew instantly, like, this is definitely for me. That's also how I knew it was my calling. I don't want to say YouTube itself is my calling, but this is part of it. It's like leading me to like my ultimate calling and my ultimate destiny, you know what I mean? Because I don't want this to just be like my main goal. It's just YouTube. But, you know, I feel like I can start my brand this way. I don't know. But yeah, I did my first YouTube video. I cut off that toxic. He wasn't a toxic dude. I don't want to keep saying he was a toxic dude, but he was like toxic, like spiritually, I should say. So yeah, I cut him off. It was sad, but it's okay because I got my husband now. Hey, JoJo. I cut him off. And yeah, I just started walking with the Lord, and I'm so glad, I'm so thankful I did it. At first, I really was looking for approval. I was looking for permission. I would always ask my friends, like, hey, do you think I should do this? Hey, do you think I should do this? Instead of taking it up with the ultimate source and the person we should get permission from and approval from first and only, which is God himself. And just did what God was telling me to do and do what I love and enjoy to do, which is make up videos, talking about my life, encouraging people, trying to, you know, be a light to other people and, I don't know, bring peace over people's souls and clarity and confirmation, all that good stuff. So with that being said, I like to describe this whole entire journey that I went on from college to being a college dropout and not going back, and my confliction with it. I like to revert back to the verse that says, in all your ways acknowledge him and he will direct your paths. And that's so crazy, because summertime, when I used to go to summer camp when I was real little, like they made us remember that verse, and it has always stuck with me. So I've known and memorized that verse in my heart. Proverbs 3:6. I learned it when I was like 8 years old, and it's always stuck with me. And I feel like God had a reason for that. Seek him and he will literally direct your paths. He knows where you need to go. He knows where you need to be, and where you are is where you need to be currently. There's a reason for the place you're in now. I never understood it then. He made me go through trials and tribulations to bring me out of that darkness and, you know, kind of give me a wake-up call like, hey, Sonny, I know you need me. I'm just waiting for you to seek me first. Not first. He's always right there, but if you just seek, I mean, he's always there with you. If you just seek him, you'll finally realize that. So I don't know. I just felt like he was so far away. He wasn't hearing me. He wasn't hearing my cries. I just feel like he was not there. And he totally is. And he is watching over you and protecting you every step of the way. So I just wanted to encourage you guys to push through whatever you're going through. There's definitely a light at the end of the tunnel, and don't let society's standards be your standards. I know it's, you know, society's standards to go to college, get a 4-year degree. If you don't, you ain't nothing. Like, you are just like not on a certain level that everybody else is in. And I do see a lot of people, even a lot of girls especially, they look down on other girls who don't go to college and get a degree. But you know, your journey is not the same journey that I will be on. Like, that's your calling, that's your purpose, that's where you are supposed to go, that's where God placed you. So, you know, don't look down on me because I didn't finish college. I got all the time in the world to go back and get a degree. I'm only 20 years old, so I just hate seeing society look down on people who don't go to college and get a degree and put these standards and limitations and labels on people. Like, it's so annoying. But anyways, so yeah, if you feel like, you know, you have to do, and my video's about to stop, so let me shut up. Just trust the Lord with everything you have in you, because he has all the answers you need. Social media doesn't. Take away that mentality that you need society's approval. your family's approval, your friends' approval, your boyfriend's approval, your girlfriend's approval. You don't need anybody's approval but God. And He will let you know if whether what you're doing is right or wrong. Stop seeking, like, if you feel good about it, if you're comfortable with it, if you're passionate about it, if you're in love with something, you go after it and you chase it and you do it with positivity, you do it with confidence. Never let, just stop seeking for permission, because you don't need anybody's permission but the Lord's. So if you want to start that business, do it. If you want to start a blog, do it. If you want to start a YouTube channel, do it. If you want to start your own business, do it. If you want to start a clothing line, do it. You don't need anybody's permission. And if you need help, if you need approval, if you need guidance, seek the Lord. He has all the answers you need. Nobody else. It's a process, y'all. Like, I'm only at 51 subscribers, but I'm so thankful for those 51 subscribers, because just 3 months ago I was at 0. So in 3 months I gained 51 subscribers, and I'm growing, I'm changing, I'm working on my craft, I'm working on my content, and over time I finally got me a camera, which I've always had a desire for. I finally have a stable job, y'all. I am well fed. I am good. I am taken care of. I have a roof over my head. I eat good every day. My checks are fat. I don't mean to brag about it, but I'm just letting y'all know. Just because you don't go to college, just because you're in a certain situation, will not mean 6 months from now, 3 months from now, 2 months from now, God will, He's always going to make sure you are provided for. He's always going to make sure you're set. It may take a little process, but it's worth it. It's all worth it at the end. But yeah, I'm good to go. I got a good paying job. I'm working on my passion and my dreams, and I'm just, so joyful, and I'm so at peace most of the time. I can say my anxiety still gets to me, but that's okay. But yeah, just take a leap of faith. God got your back. He has your back. He is with you. Everything I do is for the glory of God. Not everything, well, everything I do should be for the glory of God. Like, my whole entire calling, my passion is for the glory of God. Like, make sure you don't have any selfish ambitions. Everybody's worried about securing the bag these days. God will make sure your life has an abundance of everything. Financially, mentally, spiritually, friendship-wise, relationship-wise. I will have an abundance of that. I will be taken care of. But at the end of the day, everything I do needs to be Christ-like. Everything I do, my whole entire calling and passion needs to be for the glory of God. So I know at the end of the day I'll be taken care of. So don't worry about money so much when you're pursuing your calling, your passion. Worry about the passion. Worry about the process. Worry about the journey. Worry about investing in that, in your calling or your passion or your business. Worry about how can you build your own character. How can you better yourself? What changes can you make? Things like that. Basically, I say all of this to say you never know where you'll end up, but you just have to trust God and be okay with where you are now. If you're in a dark place, it'll get better. If you're in a mediocre place like I am now, it's still gonna get better. If you're in darkness, just know that there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I know it's cliche to say, but it really is, and I am living proof of that. If you feel pulled to do something but you're scared of others' judgment, then I'm telling you now, you need to let go of that mentality, because you'll be stuck there forever like I was. Like, I could have started my channel 2 or 3 years ago when I wanted to do it, but I was always scared of what other people would think. I knew people would think I'm weird. I knew people would think it's strange or not normal, or I don't know. People gonna have thoughts about you regardless. It's not your problem, it's theirs. What I'm doing, it does not affect anybody but myself. How is me making videos hurting your life? So why are you hating? You know what I'm saying? So you can never change anybody's mentality. All you can do is focus on yours. So if it's what you want to do, then do it. And if you walking with Christ, you don't get hated on regardless. People hated God, people hated what he was doing, but it was for the better. So yeah, just don't worry about what other people have to say, because you will literally get stuck there and you'll never move forward. You'll never be able to accomplish your goals worrying about what everybody else got to say about it. So let go of the mentality of pleasing people. Have faith. Faith is the hope of things that are not seen. So even though you can't see it, you got to believe it. If God is telling you, hey, 10 years down the line, you'll be rich, it doesn't matter how or when you're going to get there. Just know you'll get there. Focus on the journey and the process, and just know that God's reasoning and purpose behind everything is for the good of you, whether you're going through something good or bad. I just wanted to share that with you. I am a college dropout and I wanted to go back so bad, but here I am now. I may or may not go back in the future. Just depends on what God has in store for me or what his plans are for me. But if you are in college, keep pushing through. I know how hard it is. My first year and freshman year was so hard, but stick it out. You got it, girl. You can do it, or boy. If you're going into college for the sole purpose of proving yourself, you already going in there for the wrong reason. So I do highly encourage you to not go into college if you don't feel passionate about it or don't really care for it. But don't waste your time if you feel like God is pulling you in a different direction. I have a bad habit of talking and not realizing what the heck I was talking about earlier or why I was saying it. Like, I just be talking and rambling. I'm so forgetful. Was I wrapping the video up? I don't know. It is okay to not go to college. It is okay to not be okay. It's okay to struggle and allow yourself to go through conflicting moments. Listen to your heart. Like, I just deeply felt the desire to not go back and do this and work on my blog and all this. So I knew that was my calling, and it definitely is. So yeah, I guess that wraps it up, and I hope y'all enjoyed. I'm trying to get better at articulating my words, because sometimes I just like say like a lot and I repeat everything I'm saying. I have a big vocabulary, but I just like to make sure, you know, you guys understand what I'm saying. So I say a lot of things over and over, and I don't want to stuff religion down anybody's throat, because anybody who's watching me may not be that into God, which is okay. People may not even believe in God, so not even religiously, but just do whatever makes you happy. And I don't want to be the person that stuffs God down your throat, like, oh, you know, even if you don't believe in God, always do what makes you happy and do what your heart is telling you to do. You know, follow your heart. That's cliche as well. Work on loving yourself. Love yourself enough to not care what people think, and love yourself enough to get yourself out of that dark place that you're in, if you're in one, and love yourself enough to want to be your best self and have confidence, and just start it, just do it. If you ever need someone to talk to, I am here for you. I have your back. I can give you advice if you need it. That's all for this video. I just want to do a little rant. I just wanted to do a little personal story, because college and school is starting back. These back to school videos are coming back. So yeah, this is my little story. I am a college dropout, and I'm proud of it. I'm saying it proud and loud, or loud and proud, but that is okay. It's okay. I had to stop convincing myself that I was going to get judged for not going to college. I wasn't going to be anybody. God was pulling me in this direction for a reason. Eventually, I will be at the tippy top. I hope you learned something. I hope it encouraged you in a way. Hope y'all have a good and blessed week. Thank you so much for watching. I will see y'all in the next video.